How to find and choose a nanny. Hello and welcome to VideoJug. Finding a fantastic nanny for your children can be a tough task, but all the work you will put in will be worth it. With help from Vanessa Cook, Managing Director of Little Ones Nanny Agency, VideoJug have put together a guide to help you find that perfect nanny. Step 1. Finding a nanny. There are many different ways to search for a nanny.
You can go to a nanny agency who will send you profiles of lots of different candidates that fit what you are looking for. You can place an ad in a newspaper, which is a little bit more risky because you don't know who might contact you. There are also websites like findababysitter.com where nannies advertise themselves. You can also ask your friends who have children if they have a nanny.
Step 2. Shortlist. When you're searching for a nanny on an independent basis, you will need to shortlist the nannies yourself. When shortlisting, make sure you know exactly what you want from your nanny.
You need to decide exactly what you're looking for before you start talking to nannies. Do you need full-time or part-time? Do you need live-in or live-out? Are you looking for someone older, or would you prefer someone younger that's happy to work alongside the mother?
Step 3. Set up an interview. When setting up the interview, arrange the time so you are able to concentrate fully on what the applicant is saying. The interview should last about 40 minutes to an hour, so make an hour and a half slot in your diary.
It's always good to interview at least 2 or 3 nannies before choosing your nanny. Even if you interview the first person and you absolutely love them, interviewing a second person can always be just good for peace of mind because you'll have comparison.
When organising a time with a nanny, you should ask her to bring a number of items with her to the interview.
She should bring her CV, the original copies of any qualifications she has, original first aid certificate. She should bring 2 forms of photo ID. This is very important because if someone is going to be looking after your children, you must be sure that she is who she says she is. She should bring with her her police check, the original of this.
Step 4. Prepare questions. Prepare for the interview beforehand. Go through the candidates' CVs and put together a list of questions you want to ask them.
In a first interview, the things you should concentrate on with a nanny is what's in her CV, what she's done previously, specific questions about the previous families she's worked for and why she left. Any gaps in her CV query. Ask her specific questions about the families that she's worked for. How old were the children when she started working for the family? Why did she leave? You should ask the nanny what kind of things she will want to do with your children.
Step 5. The interview. When they arrive at your home for the interview, start by talking about your children and the job role.
It's important to tell the nanny specifics about the job to be sure that she definitely will be interested in your position. Outline all the duties that you expect of her and ask her if that is okay with her. During a first interview, it's also important to outline any domestic chores you want the nanny to do. If you want her to just do light housework, cleaning up after herself, cleaning the floors in the kitchen, making sure that the benches are all clean and hygienic, all the children's washing and ironing, any dusting in the children's room. If you want her to do extra things like the parents washing and ironing, you need to make sure that she's happy with this.
Now ask them your prepared questions. This is your chance to really see what the nanny is like.
The attributes you should look for in a nanny are someone who truly loves childcare. They should instantly be interested in your children and be asking a lot of questions about your children the moment the interview starts. A nanny should be someone who's loving and fun. A nanny should be full of ideas of things to do with children no matter what age they are at.
Step 6. After the interview. When you have finished the interview and you like what you see, let her know.
If you really like a nanny when you interview them, make sure that they are aware of that because it's very easy for a good nanny to find a job, and if she doesn't know that you're interested in her, she might find another job the next day and you would have lost her.
It is at this point you should check a nanny's references.
You should always check references verbally. Do not rely just on written references because people can fake written references.
By organising a second interview, it gives you the chance to introduce your children to the nanny.
During the first interview, it's probably not necessary to have the children around. Perhaps the nanny could meet them in a second interview when you feel confident about the choice of nanny, because you don't want to have too many people meeting your children. It can be confusing for them.
Step 7. Successful candidate. Once you've decided who the perfect nanny will be for your children, it's best to give them a trial run.
It's always a good idea to have a trial few days before you offer a nanny a job. You should spend 1 or 2 whole days going through a child's full routine with the nanny, and at the end of that you can offer her the position with a 4-week trial period. And within 4 weeks you will definitely know if she's the right person or he is the right person for your family.
Finding the perfect nanny will give you peace of mind and knowledge that your children will be in safe hands. Done.